They say ignorance is expensive, and Jules Santana thinks you can pay for that with street smarts and audiobooks. We're about to watch this clip where he says by the 9th grade, kids don't need to know how to read.
Nah, but seriously though,
his voice on
some G shit though, we gotta start teaching our kids though, just financial wealth and literacy and all that shit early. Cause by the time they get to 9th grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses and how to. But they don't really need to know how to read.
Wait, stop.
I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be illiterate, because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can.
Reading or math.
Math.
Told you.
Math. I think you could listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. And you don't have to know how to read. That's not reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have 0 book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand people, understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays, you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power, not you.
You don't have to
you can listen to that too. They got apps you can put it in and it'll read it to you. Are you crazy? It probably will. AI will now. That's what I'm saying. That's how freaky it is.
You don't have to read. Shit can be told to you.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way, like you don't need to know how to read.
Floyd Mayweather don't read that shit. Like, it's mad shit you gotta read.
You saying that, you just gotta know what you like. You ain't gotta read the restaurant. You can just say, what is this, a steak joint? I want steak, nigga. I want
business instead of reading. So you think reading is important?
Well, definitely. And even what he is talking about, they should be learning about business and all this. If you go into a job application and you fill out, I don't know how to read. I can read some words, but I can't do it. You're not getting a job. You can't get into college. How are you going to start your own business? Well, you might. But how are you going to start a steady business? A good, actual, steady business without going to college. Now, I'm not saying...
Without learning how to read. How are you going to read contracts? How are you going to read emails? How are you going to read the, tax forms? How are you going to read the profit and loss statements? How are you going to read any of this if you can't read? What he's saying, it makes no sense. Yeah, you should learn business, but at the forefront of all learning is reading. Well, the question was asked to him, how are you going to learn, how are you going to read a menu when you go into a restaurant if you can't read? He said, well, I'll just order steak.
How are you going to learn how the word steak is spelled?
I said I want the steak. Why are you laughing? This is a seafood restaurant, my friend. We specialize in shellfish.
You're not going to get respect in any way if you have to hire somebody to read stuff for you. It breaks it down for you because that's how it becomes a book. And it's a little bit more like explanatory.
And it's also good when you reading something, if you can, to like read it out loud. That helps you learn things better. Yes, you can learn things from YouTube tutorials and things like that. But for anyone to think that that's the best way, that you don't need to know how to read, that's just crazy. That's not something that any smart person would say. I gotta keep it real. Like, that's not something, yes, you can learn things in different ways. Yeah, you can learn things through audiobooks. You can learn things through YouTube, but you can also learn things through reading. You know what the old saying is if you want to keep something from a N-word, you put it in the book. That's A. If you want to keep something from an ignorant person, you put it in a book. That's what they've done for years. And by you saying that reading isn't important, you're just making that even more evident.
And I just know someone who's watching this video is going to say to themselves or comment it, what if you watch a book? What if you watch a video of someone reading the book? They're not going to tell you every single word that's in that book. They're going to read it, they're going to break it down to you, but they're not going to tell you what's in that book. And they don't go too far ahead in what you're missing.
Yeah, a lot of times you get these books that are on YouTube, they condense it down, and the book might be 7 hours, they condense it down in an hour. Well, you're going to miss a lot of things that this person thinks wasn't important. So it's about how much you really want to learn. If you're really into learning, and reading books is important. If you're not, then they're not important. They're not important to you. So what he said, and here's another thing that he said. He said that math is more important. Let me tell you something. You're not going to use algebra in real life. You're not going to use much geometry in real life. You're not going to use much trigonometry in real life. But you're going to need to know how to read into the day you die. So put that in your pipe and smoke it, okay? Math is important math is important when it comes to multiplying, dividing, adding, and subtracting. All this other extra stuff, unless you're trying to be like a doctor or some type of biologist or chemist or something, you're not going to use that stuff, okay? But what do you want to say?
And if you on a math test and you don't know how to read a single word in college, it's on the test, it's asking you. It's written in words, and this happens a lot.
Yes, there were problems.
Yeah, there are word problems. And then it'll be like, do this and this. What? And then it'll be like, Sarah has blah,
Yep.
blah, blah. And then her brother, blah, blah, blah. You can't read that in college. You're like, hey, I don't know how to read. You won't be able to get in college if you don't know how to read. But you're going to need to read before math. I'm just saying it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And no matter reading is just like anything else. You want to get good at it, you got to keep doing it, So you just got to keep doing it. You just got to keep doing it. And the best way to become a better reader is to read stuff that you're interested in. All the corny books and stuff like that at school, subjects and stuff you might not be interested in. But I guarantee you something that you're interested in, and they got a book about it. So read it. So that was this episode of Raising Carter Podcast, sponsored by Build Better Dads, the YouTube page, the coaching program. You got anything you want to add?
Okay, I sort of missed this, but about watching the video before I have a demonstration, everybody in my class through 2nd grade to 4th grade, which I'm in now, read the book Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I didn't touch them. I didn't read them because I wasn't a big reader. I watched a video of someone reading every single one of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. I learned a couple things. I went to school. I started talking about them. And then I said that I had read all of the books. And they were like, did you see that part? Did you see that part? That was so funny. And it was like, well, I saw someone reading it. I didn't get to see that part. So
basically, by not reading the book, just watching the video, you missed out a lot of parts, important parts of the book. And that's what happens when you don't read. So for me, myself, Ramon Weatherall, this is the star of the show, my son Carter. Never let anybody tell you, father or son, daughter, parent, that reading is important. Anybody with any common sense knows that's true, that reading is very important. You do it every day. You have to do it every day. So keep reading, keep learning, and keep coming to this page, Build Better Dads, because we're here to help fathers be better fathers and sons be better sons. So, peace.